Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So we got some more US inflation rate numbers. They're coming in hot, guys, up 0.4% month on month and 8.2% year on year. So US inflation was hotter than expected in September, up 0.4%. It hasn't been the highest rate that we've seen. However, it's not cooling down fast either. As well as this increase from August, the year-on-year read came in at 8.2%. Both of these figures were above Bloomberg's estimates of 0.2% month on month and 8.1% year on year. So just to kind of illustrate this, and I will link this in the description if you guys want to read the rest, I just kind of wanted to illustrate how this trend is continuing and how, in yesterday's video, I was even talking about bank managers, politicians, everybody really, all bracing themselves for 2023, that we're really going to be feeling a recession next year. Meanwhile, it doesn't seem like it is stopping whales. Whales are shuffling over 50 million XRP. Guys, this is coming from Michael Branch here on Twitter. So it has become routine. And this is what the article is saying, but I'm even saying this now. It has become routine to see large volumes of XRP transferred among whale investors. These funds are usually shuffled between unknown wallets and leading cryptocurrency exchanges like Bitstamp and BITRUE. Silicon Valley tech company Ripple sometimes gets involved in the large XRP movement. So of the large XRP movements, sometimes we see the large transfers to these ODL exchanges, and sometimes the transfers are of known Ripple wallets. So, in that case, we kind of understand why we're seeing large transfers. But every now and then we're seeing these transfers, like 50 million from an unknown wallet to another unknown wallet on an exchange that does not have anything to do with on-demand liquidity. So, those kinds of moves get me really interested. If I bring up the XRP chart right now, you guys can see this is XRP on the daily, and actually you can see it better on the hourly. Look at that. We've spiked significantly since yesterday morning. Guys, down here, the low was 43.8. You guys can see it wicked down all the way down here. We saw some positive volume, and at the peak here, we were up 15.73%. Now we're trading in and around here, up 13.91%. XRP just trading shy of 50 cents at 49.896. So what is happening with the crypto market? Looking at XRP, looking at Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin has also seen a significant move to the upside. So since yesterday, we saw that same move, a big spike to the upside. Bitcoin is up 9.66. As of the time of this recording, up 8.13. And Bitcoin is up to $19,600 roughly. Now, it could be because we're seeing other markets move to the upside. This is the DJI, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. You guys can see on the hourly, we did see some positive movement yesterday. Same with the SPY, the spiders, positive movement yesterday. And I was talking about this index yesterday as well on the daily, piercing through this support level. And, I was saying, okay, is this it? Is it going to crash lower? Well, take a look at that positive buying pressure on the SPY. You guys can see the volume down here too. A huge spike up and a big difference from what we've been seeing throughout the last couple of months now. The volume on the spiders from yesterday, $147.226 million. And look at that big green candlestick. So wonder if we're going to actually stay above this level moving forward. Just bringing up the cryptocurrency market again, you guys can see the market cap back up in the 900 billions, and Bitcoin dominance over here sitting pretty at 40.2%. And in the last 24 hours, take a look at XRP, guys, 10.77% in gains. One of the best performing cryptocurrencies in the top 10. Don't know if you guys also noticed that Ripple did release their agenda for the Swell event coming next month, November 16th to 17th. Global 2022 agenda is now live. Sessions will cover cross-border payments, crypto liquidity, tokenization, crypto regulation, and more. And if you click on that link, I'll link it in the description of the video here. You guys can see who is going to be speaking at this year's Swell event. Brad Garlinghouse, obviously, some other CEOs from other companies that I don't know if they have a connection with Ripple or not, but they will be also speaking at the Swell event. We've got Sandy Young, Navin Gupta here, Susan Friedman, so some Ripple employees, obviously, Ken Weber as well. And here is the entire itinerary here for, I guess that's day one. And I don't know where day two is, but here's essentially the outline of how at least day one is going to go. So looking forward to hearing updates from this year's Swell. T-Hole Bedict XRP brought this to our attention with regards to Ripple partner Terrapay, guys. Now, Terrapay They are enhancing relations with Kenyan banks specifically, so Africa, a region of the world where RippleNet is being utilized, but I think there's more room for expansion there, and I think these Ripple-enabled companies believe the same, as Kenya continues to embrace the use of technology in enhancing transactions within and without the country. Terrapay, a global payments company that provides infrastructure and supports diverse payment instruments around the world, has promised to enhance its relations with Kenyan financial institutions to capitalize on emerging tech and better global transactions. So backed by the International Finance Corporation, Partech, and Prime Ventures, the company has a presence in more than 26 global markets where it works in partnership with banks, mobile wallets, money transfer operators, and merchants, among others, to create an expansive financial ecosystem. So they're looking to expand, and they have the technology to do it. The sentiments come at a time when the Central Bank of Kenya breakdown of remittances by source country showed that inflows from the US fell to $183.4 million from $221.5 million in December of 2021. Inflows from the UK were up by 25% in June to 26.8 million compared to December, while Saudi Arabia remittances also rose by 7%, 24.4 million in the period for the month of July of 2022. Notice, the US remittances fell, while UK and Saudi Arabia, who are well-established countries that favor Ripple and XRP, that have clarity surrounding the XRP cryptocurrency, their payments have rose. Again, we're talking about Terrapay, a Ripple-enabled company. So I do wonder if we do finally get that clarity for XRP in the US, if this number specifically will rise. Speaking to media at the sidelines of the Seamless Africa event, Terrapay's East and Central Africa Regional Director, Mr. Willie Kanyeki, said that financial inclusion is at the heart of the company's operations, with access to 4.5 billion bank accounts, 1.5 billion mobile wallets, across more than 100 receive countries and 202 send countries. So this is no small market by any means. And, if these guys really want to get a large portion of remittances, they really are going to have to be able to do business in the United States. But we're at the mercy of the SEC. Fortunately, it's only the United States where Ripple adoption is really being thwarted, at least as of now. Wrath of Kahneman posted this: Ripple investor SBI Holdings and Securitize are building a digital asset issuance and distribution platform in Singapore. So here is the Japanese press release. Let me just translate that real quickly. A subsidiary of SBI Digital Holdings, SBI Digital Markets. They provide financial services for institutional investors using digital asset solutions, and they're pleased to announce that they have formally formed a partnership with Securitize, which is also a Ripple partner, by the way. In the United States, the two companies will jointly build a digital asset issuance and distribution platform in Singapore. SBI Digital Markets obtained a capital market services license from the Monetary Authority of Singapore in September of 22 and has integrated functions related to issuance, distribution, and custody of digital assets. We are ready to provide it. Securitize, in which SBI Group has invested, already has an extensive track record in providing digital asset-related services in the United States and Europe. So that is positive. We know SBI, of course, has a long-standing relationship with Ripple. Securitize, also a Ripple-enabled company. Wrath of Kahneman also mentioning SBI is looking to provide a complete range of functions related to digital asset issuance, distribution, and custody. He continues down here by saying, very exciting. Can I ask if the XRPL is involved at all? Regardless, it's good to see the institutional demand. So wondering, because we know Securitize is partnered with Ripple. Securitize actually responded to this tweet as well with more information regarding this. And I will link this, guys, in the description of the video if you're interested. We got another one here, guys, from the Wrath of Kahneman. Ripple partner TransferGo has hit an all-time high of 5 million customers 1 year from its $50 million Series C funding round. So this is a big milestone here for Ripple partner TransferGo. Fintech TransferGo sees all-time high, reaching 5 million customers. They're one of the world's fastest growing money transfer companies, and they're committed to providing hardworking migrants across the globe with access to simpler, better financial services in fintech, which also supports transfers to the Ukraine. And they've been seeing a soaring customer adoption, transaction growth, and an accelerated global market expansion. While the remittance market has faced a turbulent 12 months with the war in Ukraine, supply chain disruptions and talent shortages contributing to general economic uncertainty, TransferGo has remained resilient and continues to post business-wide growth. In fact, the demand for its services is highlighted in its latest milestone of reaching 5 million customers. In its first 9 years, it gained 3 million customers. However, in the last year alone, guys, TransferGo gained another 2 million. Now, they're attributing it to its $50 million Series C funding round, which I'm sure has helped quite a bit. It also helps that they are running on DLT, better technology. They are Ripple enabled. And, in some of these corridors, they are allowed to utilize XRP for their transfer services. TransferGo has opened new markets, new receive markets in West Africa and in the Commonwealth of Independent States, including in Armenia and Azerbaijan. This has supported a year-on-year transaction increase of 64% as migrants continue to place their trust in TransferGo as the best way to send international payments. So this is what's going to happen with these smaller companies. They're going to get into these markets where there is a demand, these smaller markets where remittances are very important, but I shouldn't say smaller markets in terms of size. Well, I mean, I guess they're smaller in terms of size, but smaller in terms of volume. So traditionally, there haven't been rails to provide these customers with support, to provide them with services. And now, companies like TransferGo are swooping in, and that's just one example. There's so many Ripple-enabled smaller companies, like the small to medium-sized ones, that have swooped into these exotic corridors and are really making a difference. Over the last 6 months, TransferGo has dedicated a number of services to providing support to its Ukrainian customers, so there's that as well. With turmoil in the Ukraine, people still need to make transfers and move money. So there you go, another market opportunity servicing the Ukraine. Interesting news coming from TransferGo. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. And what's up with the Ripple SEC case, guys? This from Michael Branch. Fox journalist says Congress's new bill should stop the SEC from illegally suing crypto projects. Eleanor Turret from Fox Business has spoken out. Turret wants Congress to stop the SEC from using its regulation by enforcement approach on crypto projects. So she has disclosed that the United States Congress has the power to ban federal agencies, including the SEC, from spending funds on certain projects. And here is the tweet thread that she tweeted out just yesterday. I learned today that Congress has the power to ban government agencies from spending money on specific things. The omnibus spending bill for FY 2023, one of the few pieces of legislation that has a chance of passing this year, includes provisions that prevent the SEC from using funds made available from appropriations to implement amendments made to federal proxy voting rules. If Congress is really concerned about the SEC's regulation by enforcement approach to crypto, why don't they add a provision that would prevent the agency from bringing cases without a clear regulatory framework in place? Very, very good question. Congress could have stopped Gary Gensler a long time ago, this coming from XRP Crypto Wolf, if they truly wanted to. Ripple winning the XRP lawsuit will conclude before Congress ever passes any crypto laws. Wishful thinking, hopefully that is the case. Crypto down here just responding, true story. Dan Thurman down here saying, technically Congress has the power to overrule anything under the executive branch, including budget, specific spending, and any actions, including presidential actions. When people say Congress, you have the power, they do, but their focus isn't on oversight, it's on elections. So maybe we'll get a different perspective on this after the elections in November. Interesting little tweet thread here from Eleanor Turret. Something to certainly think about. Meanwhile, we've got Jeremy Hogan here. A settlement could happen, guys, anytime. And he thinks it's actually going to happen before November the 15th. Breaking. Ripple versus SEC settlement could happen on or before November the 15th. And let me explain, okay? The ongoing Ripple SEC lawsuit has recently received a lot of attention as the case is expected to be resolved in the coming months. While the SEC has no new evidence against the company, it is assumed that they will not attempt to file new motions to delay the case. Ripple, on the other hand, is ready for a settlement if the claim that XRP is a security is dropped. Hence, one can expect a closure around the second anniversary of the lawsuit. So now we're eyeing November. I mean, it's been 2 years. I think the XRP community deserves this at this point. Recently, Judge Torres overruled the SEC's objection to turn over the William Hinman emails, wherein he expressed his views on Ethereum. Jeremy Hogan, though, partner at Hogan & Hogan and does the Legal Briefs YouTube channel, obviously, closely following the lawsuit, believes that the delay due to Hinman's documents may certainly not actually affect the judgment that may be ruled in time. Let's go to Jeremy Hogan's tweet thread here. Brief update on the Ripple SEC case. I see some confusion, therefore I tweet. So he posts this, okay? On September 29th, Judge Torres overruled the SEC's objections to turning over the Hinman emails, but did not say when they must be turned over. So in terms of Jeremy Hogan's thinking here, he says, therefore, the deadline becomes when an appeal to the judge's ruling is due. The court is lenient like this because once the documents are handed over, it cannot be undone. So let's not forget that, right? When something in court is done, it cannot be undone. There's no takesy backsies, as they say. So the deadline is basically 60 days, maybe longer if they move for reconsideration, which I doubt they'll do. So then he says, if the SEC appeals the ruling, it will take a long time to figure out, months, as he puts it here. I personally don't think the SEC will appeal because it risks adverse binding case authority by doing so. Bad facts equals bad law, and these are bad facts. But others have a different opinion on that. Jeremy Hogan continues by saying, but keep in mind, what is in those emails is not relevant to the Section 5 violation, whether XRP is a security or not. It's probably only really relevant to the fair notice defense. Also remember that the SEC moved for summary judgment on the fair notice defense and Ripple did not. Therefore, I believe that Ripple will object to a ruling on the fair notice defense issue because discovery is not complete. It wins that objection. So even if the SEC appeals the email order, the Section 5 violation issue will continue forward and be fully briefed by November the 15th. So we've got a hard date on that, guys. November the 15th. Jeremy continues by saying, so no matter what happens on the Hinman email issue, no matter the delay, the main issue will move forward to judgment. If Ripple wins on the Section 5 violation, the fair notice defense becomes moot. So it won't matter anymore. If Ripple loses on the Section 5, it can still move forward on the fair notice defense. So you see what he's saying here. These things have to fall in line. And so, if Ripple wins, that fair notice defense becomes moot. If they lose, they still have to move forward anyway. XRP Crypto Wolf here asking Jeremy a question. Have you ever seen a judge ask someone in court 6 times to turn over documents and get away with it for this long? SEC must be special. This is interesting. Jeremy Hogan says not even close. This is completely 100% abnormal. So, the fact that the judge has asked 6 times to turn over the documents and the SEC just kind of refuses. You would think that there would be some kind of contempt in court kind of clause there where the judge would say, okay, you guys are being a-holes. We're going to do something to you now to punish you. But, that hasn't happened yet. Wonder why that is. Anyway, Jeffrey Miller down here saying, so if there is a chance of settlement, does that have to be done before the MSJs are filed on November the 15th? Because after that, Judge Torres has control. Is there a chance she could rule and say all current and future sales are not securities and deal with the rest later? Jeremy Hogan responding, a settlement could happen anytime up until she rules, but I think it's more likely before November the 15th. So guys, a settlement likely, according to Jeremy Hogan, likely before November the 15th, and she could rule on current and future sales only. But I'd be really surprised because then the early sales would have to go to trial, and we probably do not want to see that. So no motion to reconsider was due today. Jeremy Hogan responding, I thought it was due on the 19th, but nothing filed yet. I wouldn't be that brave to file for reconsideration with no new information to provide. Extra Parabolic down here asking if there was something in the emails, could it cause a dismissal with prejudice? Jeremy Hogan saying no, it could just lead to summary judgment on the fair notice defense. So here we have it, a great tweet thread here by Jeremy Hogan. A lot of people in the XRP community just thanking him for the clarification. Guys, November the 15th, based on this logic here, we could possibly see a settlement. In the Ripple SEC case, it has been almost 2 years, and it's been grinding at us. I know some of you guys have probably gotten into XRP since the lawsuit, but a lot of us have been in this for a long time. And this has been grinding for XRP hodlers. If we finally do see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we finally do get a verdict, this here, guys, this right here will just be the beginning. Pack your moon boots because I think we'll be going on a trip. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.